wanna grow up. Tell her she'll show up. Funny when I glow up, single wrist is how I'm pulled up. Whipping in the beamer to the top, I'm going. Flipping my demeanor, I'm a flex, I'm flowing. They just want the clue, yeah. I've been on them road, yeah. I was born to go, yeah. They should've did the vote, yeah. Way up, feel like I'm Jordan with the...
Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of I Hate Everyone. I'm just kidding, I don't hate everyone. Anyway, point of this video, is what you can see from the title, is gonna be about Glam Gore. Never thought I was gonna make a video about this girl. I honestly just, it sounds mean, but I didn't care about her. She just like wasn't on my radar ever. I think I tried to watch a few of her makeup tutorials a while back, and this sounds so petty and so rude, but her voice annoyed me a lot. So I just couldn't do it. And I feel like I tend to get these weird vibes from people where like there's just something about them that bothers me. Call it intuition, call it me being a wizard, I don't know. But I feel like I tend to get these weird, like, I don't know, weird energy off of people, and I don't mess with them. I just instantly am like, nope. I just like turn myself off to them. Shocker. Glam Gore became one of them. I just 100% thought it was just like I couldn't get into her stuff or whatever. Clearly, I just, maybe a part of my subconscious just, you know, saw that she was a terrible person. Also, just like her undertone just rubbed me the wrong way. There was just something about like how she tried to come off as cutesy, but like kind of conceited. I don't know. I just didn't vibe with it. So anyway, getting into the whole purpose of this video. Earlier tonight, my sister sent me a text asking me if I knew about Glam Gore, and I was thinking, well, I don't live that much under a rock. Like, Jesus, man, I know who she is. She's been on the platform for a while, you know? And so I was like, yeah, duh. And so she goes, I hate her, and just like starts going into all this stuff. So I was like, wait, so I missed something. Okay. I was like, well, what happened? You know, because I don't know. I never hear anything about her. So my sister sends me a link to a video on here, and so I clicked on it, and I was just like, oh my god, it's an hour long of this girl I've never heard of before and all this stuff. But my sister was like, I highly encourage you to watch it. This girl that's gonna be speaking, she's a really good YouTuber and a really good person and everything. And I was like, okay. So I click on it, I look at the title, and it's just a list of all this stuff that Mikey Glam Gore has done wrong. Basically, like, the title is long, you know, it's just a whole mess. So I was like, oh, okay. Part of it was microaggressions, and then like her talking bad about James Charles and Jeffree Star. And while I don't like Jeffree Star, I don't vibe with him, I don't mess with him, I think he's Voldemort in our world. I still don't condone the way that this beast has treated him or like talked about him, whatever. So basically, just to get this out of the way in the beginning, I'm not going to be including clips of her video because I'm going to have it linked down below because I highly 100% want you to go watch it. I beg you, please, if you want to do anything for me, besides, you know, subscribe and what, like you've already probably done, I really just want you to check out this girl's story. I can tell you, like, my version of watching it, but I feel like you should look at her, like, this is her truth, and this is why I'm making this video. I wasn't planning on making one, and if I was, it was gonna be another react video, but I want this girl's story spread. I want her truth spread. Even though I'm a tiny YouTuber, I'm just hoping whatever little bit that I can help will help her. Anyway, so Swoop is a YouTuber. I think part of the beauty community. Again, forgive me, she's very new on my radar. I've not really looked into her. I'd not heard of her before tonight. While that is being said, that doesn't take away from the fact that I genuinely want to help her cause. So Swoop starts in by talking about how her and Mikey were friends for a while, and how they had done videos together and everything and all this stuff. And so she shows some like quirky clips from her and Mikey hanging out and everything. And so she goes in to say that Mikey started showing microaggressive behavior. And so Swoop, God love you if you ever see this video, highly doubt it. But if you ever see this video, I 100% appreciate the fact that she included a clip where it shows like an iceberg of microaggressions basically, and shows like the more blatant obvious ones on top, like where, you know, you would actually be able to see the iceberg above water level, and then it like goes down. It shows all the ones that, you know, normal white people who don't deal with being a minority in any sense maybe wouldn't understand that it's a microaggression. So I 100% I appreciate that. And I swear, like, I was looking at it and I was like, oh my God, like I actively try not to do any of that stuff, but I'm still a human, and I swear, like, if I would ever do any of that, I feel ashamed, you know? But I 100% I appreciated that. I want to be educated. I want to know how people who are minorities or who are a part of the LGBTQ community, I want to know if I do anything wrong, you know? I feel like it's common courtesy to just care about people's feelings. Anyway, whole purpose, I appreciated that she like goes in, she kind of dissects microaggressions, like the smaller ones, the bigger ones, all that stuff, explains them. So then she goes even further to talk about how Mikey was microaggressive to her. And there were so many, an astounding amount that she had done. She goes into reading texts of things that Mikey said to her, and just vile things that she tweeted about people in the LGBTQ community and minorities who were successful on YouTube and all this stuff, just vile stuff, you know? So, and on top of that, the other thing that really gets me, which this isn't 100%, like, kind of could fall into microaggression, but it's also more on the sense of like abuse and domestic violence, or just violence in general. Mikey made 2 different makeup tutorials that are just absolutely vile. And one of them was how to get a bruised up cheek like Rihanna after Chris Brown beat her up. I mean, I can't. The fact that anyone could joke about that, like, I wish that I could find you and just throw up on you, because like that's the amount, like I feel sick to my stomach thinking that that's a thing, you know? The second one that really bothered me that Swoop talked about was the one of the guy in, you know, like the American Airlines whole controversy thing, like the Asian guy that got beat up or whatever and that dragged off of the plane. She made a makeup tutorial about how to have a bloodied up mouth to look like him. I just can't imagine what kind of a disgusting gutter rat of a human you would have to be to think that that was funny and to monetize on that. Like make money off of somebody else's suffering and make a joke out of it. You are literally, literally the equivalent of, like, if you're walking on the street and there's just like a chunk of gum that you step on, you're annoying and disgusting and vile and almost impossible to get rid of. I know, I'm sorry. Weird metaphor. That was just the first thing that came to mind. But she honestly just disgusts me for thinking that that's okay, you know? Anyway, another part that I wanted to get into is Swoop was talking about how, you know, like trying to talk to her friend about receiving threats and disgusting racist comments on her YouTube videos and like her Instagram, just every part of social media. She said people went as far as to say she should go kill herself and get off the platform. And oh, they also said that she should bleach her skin to look more white because Swoop is a lighter black girl, you know, like she's got like kind of light skin. And then people were also saying that she should tan to actually look like a black person. I mean, that's absolutely vile. It's absolutely vile to like think of. And I even thought about that while watching it, and I was like, what would I even do in that situation? Like, I got made fun of for being pale a lot, but I just thought that was funny, you know? Like, but that, again, that's very different. That's not the same thing at all. But I was just like, I can't imagine. It got annoying once in a while when people would, like, make jokes about how pale I was, because I would try to tan and, like, just not, you know, like, look sickly pale. But, you know, it was just always like being slightly annoyed. I can't imagine actually feeling threatened for my life over my skin color, and or like being told to bleach your skin to look more white so you could be a part of the acceptable, beautiful people community. Like, you can royally, not even gonna finish that statement because, you know, if I ever do blow up, I don't want to, I don't know, get in trouble by anyone. It's just vile. It's just vile. And then she said, the one that just shocked me the most, I actually almost cried when she said this. People have said that they wanted to find her and lynch her or something to that disgusting. I just can't, like, who thinks that way? What kind of disgusting backwoods Hoosier are you? Also, yeah, for anybody who was from St. Louis, I said Hoosier. Okay, anybody who's not from St. Louis who wouldn't know, that basically means some kind of disgusting redneck. Anyway, not the purpose of this video. Anyway, she reached out to her friend talking about this stuff, and so Mikey turns it around on her and basically just is like, yeah, it's just really hard. She's like, at least minorities are actually getting handed platforms and everything because they're different. She's like, me being a generic white girl, it's just hard to move up and blah. And what an entitled way to think, you know? I feel like, God, I hope to God that if I have friends, or well, I do have friends who are minorities, if I ever start spewing anything like this, which for the life of me, I don't think anything could possess me to do so, but if I would ever do that, please slap me in the face so hard, because oh my God, dude, I would be asking for it at that point. I just don't understand, like, just because I think it, you know, it's a weird thing with me. I feel like I've seen this a lot when things have been fairly easy for people in life, and one thing goes wrong or seems kind of difficult, they just roll over and they blame it on other people all the time. Oh, my life sucks, but it's so much easier for, like, these people over here because they're different. No, maybe you just suck. And also, Mikey, excuse me, you have a huge following. Please shut your mouth. Like, you shouldn't even have that following. Yeah, like, your makeup skills are interesting, but I mean, what, like 5-10 years ago or however long you've been on this platform, yeah, it was a big thing then, but we have a lot of other talented people who aren't just doing weird special effects makeup all the time. Like, yeah, it's interesting, but I feel like there are a lot of other people who, I used to follow a girl on Instagram that did amazing special effects makeup, and she was nowhere near you, like, where you've ever been. So please shut up right now, you entitled little brat. Anyway, so also Swoop included screenshots of tweets that Mikey has posted, just like blaming minorities and LGBTQ community of having an easier time of moving up the platform, and how like ridiculous that was and all this stuff. And it's just disgusting. I don't know. And then she also continued. So Swoop goes on to talk about how she made like a short film about mental health, and she was super excited about it. You know, she was like, I've been struggling with mental health because of, like, partly because of my race and everything, and dealing with hatred from that. And so she was talking to Mikey about how excited she was, and Mikey again made it about her and just pretty much blatantly ignored what Swoop was trying to say and started complaining about drama in the beauty community. I just don't understand that logic. I feel like I've tried to speak a lot on mental health and like my struggle, and I swear if somebody interrupted me and started, I mean, it has happened. People have interrupted me and talked about like other stuff that's not related, and I've gone off on them, and I don't feel bad about that at all. And I feel like poor Swoop in her video, I think she was like talking about how she was trying to, you know, get Mikey to see her side while still being annoyed, but like patiently trying to do, and like Mikey just wouldn't get there, you know? I mean, that voice, you know, I didn't really think there was much upstairs, so I guess this confirms that. Sorry, I know that's, a lot of this stuff is just gonna be mean. I just don't have a place for being nice to people who are disgusting human beings like this. Last point I'm gonna get on before I end this video, because it's gonna be long, I'm not gonna edit it. I've already decided I'm not gonna edit it, because again, like, I feel like there's just a part that seems a little more, or a little less authentic if you like edit a bunch of parts out of a serious topic like this. I've done it in other videos, and looking back I kind of realized, I was like, oh, I cut off big chunks that probably would have made more sense in the video, and maybe people would have taken me a little more seriously in it. Not that people aren't, but I don't know, whatever. I just feel like, and I've seen a lot of stuff on YouTube where people appreciate the unedited for very serious topics, so I feel like it's just, for me, I feel like it would seem like it was taking away from the message. And I want you guys to see all the little quirks that I have, like outside of when I get annoyed, or like, I don't know, actually show emotion. This just doesn't, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. Let's just get into it. So the last part that I'm gonna talk about is how Mikey collabed with Jeffree Star and James Charles, and basically just like talked crap about them. And again, just watch Swoop's video. I don't even want to get into the rest of it. Anyway, no outro on this one, because this video is not about me. I just genuinely want people to be aware, not only of, I don't know, like, I guess a good way to put this is use this story as a cautionary tale if you do anything that could be microaggressive. Honestly, when Swoop was talking about this stuff, again, I don't know if actively, or not actively, I don't know if subconsciously I've done any of these things. I hope to God I haven't. I actively try not to, but again, you know, sorry, this video is not about me, and I feel like I'm gonna cry. it just honestly, like, sucks to see that people go through this, because it sucks for me to, like, well, not sucks for me. It just sucks if I think about something that I could have said to somebody that could have been microaggressive and not known and not realized, and possibly people who I've been friends with who are in, you know, like, minorities and LGBTQ, if I would have said anything that would have been offensive and they would, like, not say anything just because it's uncomfortable for them, or they would be trying to protect my feelings. It's not worth that, guys. Like, I swear, for anybody that I would ever say anything that would be remotely offensive or whatever, it's not coming from a place of me just not caring. It's just I don't understand, and I want you to tell me. And for anybody watching this video that is white and just basic like me, just take this as a lesson and really just keep your mind open to, if somebody does try to educate you on something, just keep an open mind. They're not doing it to be rude or belittle the way you feel. They're just letting you know how you should behave around them to not make them uncomfortable, because they do the same for you, most likely. Why not do it back? And I also just, other point was to get this girl's story out. I feel like it's just disgusting. You know, it's disgusting that someone can be treated this way, especially by somebody that they think is a friend. So anyway, that's about all. I just want everybody out there, everybody in my train wreck fam, if you do anything else for me, anything else besides watching Swoop's video, I'm just asking you for everything. I'm so sorry. I 100% encourage you, because I'm trying with every little bit of platform I have, every little influence I have, to just spread more positivity. Please just do that. Please just send love out there to people. I just appreciate other cultures and other races and other sexualities, genders. Yeah, I don't know how else to end that. So I love you guys so much. Hopefully this video was informative for anybody, or it's just a crazy girl just ranting for 20 minutes. So I'm gonna get off because this video is long enough. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.